Namaha, namaste. Welcome. I'm Vasanthi. Thank you so much for joining me. I thought today we could explore together how we can move through grief, walk with grief, and process grief. Grief of any form of loss that you are experiencing. One of the tools that we have is yoga. And in yoga, in the 8-limb path, Sage Patanjali offers to us the limb of pratyahara. Often pratyahara is thought of as withdrawing of the senses, as if we need to shut off all the senses, when in reality what it's being asked of us is to repurpose the senses to support and find stability in our whole being. And today I thought together we could explore one of the most primitive senses available to us. So primitive that on a cellular level, the cells use it to communicate, to know safety, to know danger. And this is the sense of smell. The sense of smell for us as humans can transport us back in time. It can bring up memories. It can evoke strong emotions. And the sense of smell can also help us to stay safe. It can signal danger, and it can also tell us when we are going to be safe. So that's a pretty important sense to have, isn't it? To be able to transport back into time, to evoke emotions, and to feel a sense of safety. So how can we use that sense of smell to process grief? 75% of our emotions are triggered by smell. And this is from scientists. Scientists and researchers have found that olfactory sense of smell can really elicit all these emotions and shift us from states of anxiety to calm, from states of despair to joy, and how senses of smell can also bring up a variety of memories and transport us back into even childhood. The way this works is as we are breathing, and we are breathing in, and that flow of air comes in and out of the nostrils, and there are a variety of senses, of smells in our environment, from what's moving in the environment as well as specific objects within our environment. When those microscopic molecules come and enter through the nostrils, they move through the olfactory neurons through a small patch of tissue in the upper nostrils. And then they continue their journey and they go through the bottom of the brain to connect to two specific parts of our brain that relate to emotions and memory, the amygdala and the hippocampus. And the sense of smell is the only sense that actually goes through these two areas of the brain for emotions and memory. So another pathway that they also move these microscopic molecules, aside from this methodology, there's the other way, is through the back of the upper throat, connecting to the nostrils. And that one we activate through eating, through drinking, through that chewing process. So if we know that the sense of smell can trigger emotions and can elicit memories, let us use that to empower our whole being, to shift the states of our mind when we are moving through grief. So I'd like to welcome you on a little journey where we are going to explore the sense of smell, and I'm going to offer some smells through my verbal cues, and you're going to walk them in and simply observe what it does for you. So I invite you to take either a comfortable seated posture with any props, any chairs, anything you need to support you in this upright posture so that the head is over the shoulders, the shoulder is over the hips. If sitting today is difficult, because I know when I move through grief, there are moments that just being upright is a challenge and you just want to lay on your back. I encourage you, invite you to lie down. Let that also be comfortable. So I'm going to give a moment for you to settle in either to a comfortable seated posture or reclined posture. And take a moment as you settle into that to allow yourself to become a little quiet and to repurpose your senses inward. Let your eyes softly close. Let the upper eyelid gently rest to touch the lower eyelid. And allow all your awareness to follow the flow of air going in and out the nostrils. No need to change, to shift or control the breath or the flow. No need to grip or feel you are lacking in breath. Instead, allow awareness to receive the breath. As you continue observing this flow of air and receiving the inhale, allowing the inhale to offer itself to the exhale. Observing the exhale as it offers itself to the inhale. Bring in qualities of the breath as you continue this attention, this awareness. Let the breath be long, smooth, thin, fine. Let the breath have qualities of softness, evenness, calm, steadiness, peace, ease. Join me as we explore a variety of familiar smells. The sweet citrus scent of orange. Breathe in the sweet citrus scent of an orange. The floral scent of lavender. Freshly baked chocolate chip cookies. The damp, moist, earthy smell of leaves on the forest floor. The intoxicating fragrance of honeysuckle. Freshly made, crisp, clean sheets. The aroma of freshly baked bread. A bouquet of roses. The delightful scent of vanilla. The aromatic breeze of sea air. Freshly cut grass. The spicy and sweet smell of cinnamon. The smoke of a warm campfire. Earthy smell of soil and mulch. The intoxicating fragrance of blossoms blooming in springtime. The air and smell of the earth after a rainfall. The aroma of a lemon. The smell of newly fallen snow. The smell of peppermint. The sweet smell of freshly picked strawberries. Smells can trigger emotions. It can bring up and invoke memories and transport us back in time. It can bring up joyful memories, calming memories. As you keep your gaze inward and your senses still turned inward to following this flow of air through the nostrils with each unique breath, I invite you to think of a smell, a sweet smell that can help you to relax, to fall asleep. Invite you to think of a smell that will boost your mood to awaken. I invite you to take a moment to think of a memory, perhaps the first one that comes up, that leaves you feeling safe, nurtured, loved, joyful. What smells can you remember from that memory, from that moment? Take a moment. With your next exhale, let the mouth open. Let out a sigh. And if you're in a reclined position, I invite you to gently bring some movements to awaken the body, to fingers and toes, to ankles and wrists. And find a comfortable seated posture. And from seated, all of us together, let the eyes gently blink open. Take a cleansing and receive that cleansing breath in. Breathe out. Welcome in the idea of breathing in a sense of smell, a smell that makes you smile. A smell that brings up a memory that's joyful. So this sense is such a powerful tool we can use. I encourage you and invite you to consider what smells are in your current environment right now, in your workplace, at home, in the kitchen, in the living room, in your bedroom, wherever you choose to spend a great amount of time. I encourage you to notice and observe the smells. Are the smells pleasant? Are they inviting? Are they ones that allow you to concentrate and focus when you need to be alert? Citrus smells can help us do that. Smells like lemon, orange, also smells like peppermint, spearmint. Those kinds of smells can actually boost and enhance our mood and allow us to focus and concentrate. So those kinds of smells we would want to bring in when we need to work, when we need to be alert, when we need to be engaged, when we are trying to go to sleep. And I know that when it's time for sleep and awakening, grief plays a major role in how I sleep, how I awaken. And so I encourage you to consider, what are the smells in your bedroom? What smells are present before you go to sleep? Whether it's in the form of a lotion, whether it's in lavender leaves by the pillow or lavender spray. Lavender is very calming. Consider what you're putting on your body, on your face before you go to sleep. Are those smells ones that will encourage and invite sleep, deep sleep? So with that, calming fragrances like lavender, awakening citrusy peppermint smells. Explore the smells and see what supports you. They will bring you back into childhood. They'll bring you back into specific events and moments. Develop a relationship with those fragrances, those aromas. Allow those relationships and those smells then to take you to a place where you can shift the state of your mind, your state of emotions, to bring up and use memories and emotions that support you to breathe today, to move through grief, to process it, to walk with it. And may you find those, and may they welcome a softness so that you can continue walking through this healing journey with ease. I thank you so much. And I'm wearing this shirt because my grief that I am processing is my father, and this is his shirt. And he loved his polo. He loved his cologne, all colognes, but he had polo fragrance most often, and he never started his day without spraying a ton of cologne on his collars. It's still there after a year, after many washes. That fragrance is still there. And when I welcome that smell, that fragrance, and breathe it in, I breathe in him and breathe in his love. So may you find ways to find what smells around you can support you. Thank you so much for joining me. So much love to each of you. Know that you are not alone. We all, as humanity, move through grief together. Lots of love.